I am in beautiful Marceline, Missouri, Walt Disney's hometown. This is the Uptown Theater behind me, which Walt Disney actually had a couple previews at, and there's even a bed and breakfast upstairs that we're staying at. Can't wait to show you the town here, because we're going to get a look at the original Main Street USA. Our first stop in Marceline is the Uptown Theater. This is an old theater, not so old that Walt watched movies here, but it has otherwise been around for a long time. It shows its age. What's really cool is there's actually a bed and breakfast right above it. There's some old residential apartments that they are converting into bed and breakfast rooms. So this is actually where we stayed for our night in Marceline, and I'll show you the rooms here in just a little bit. But the poor theater is definitely showing its age. It's showing its need for care. You can see the ticket booth. What was really cool is we actually ran into somebody as we arrived who was doing a little work in the theater, and so offered to let us in and take a look around. But you can see some of the work that it needs. This is the snack bar area. They did actually even show movies here up to a few years ago. They would put them on DVD and show them on the big screen until the condition of the building got to the point where they just couldn't do that anymore. But kind of a neat old building. We'll let you look around, see some of the things that have been here for a very long time. That stairway actually goes up to the projector room, which we will get a look at here in just a few. You can see Pluto kind of standing guard, some of the damage on the ceiling there, some of this old artwork that's up on the walls, and I don't quite know what Pluto's feeling there. Gas, maybe? That's kind of scary. Here's the old bathroom, and you can see tiny, definitely not up to ADA right now, but it gives you an idea of the age of the building and how much they really could use some help with the renovations, because it definitely does need some renovations. Actually, at this point, we were blessed. He took us past the hole in the floor and up these old, very worn stairs to the projector room, and you can see just how worn they are as we get up here. So that's the back of the Disney suite.
Yeah, that goes to the Disney suite. You'll see that door when you go in here, and this is the projector room.
Okay.
One of the old projectors.
See, my son would be totally fascinated by this.
See, still got the old rewinder.
Wow.
It always makes me think of the VHS rewinders, if you remember those.
Yep.
My dad had one he always used.
Well, my son was a film major, so
yeah.
This kind of stuff would be...
He'd probably know a bunch of this stuff. So you still got some of the reels with the film on them and everything.
Oh my.
Yep.
And then, of course, the modern, there's the DVDs.
Yep.
On the Alessis amp, and
Yeah.
that isn't exactly a vintage mixer up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah, they
let's see
kind
the
of mixed
actual
and
reels.
matched. They kind of mixed and matched to keep it going over the years.
And here's an actual look into the theater itself. And yes, you can see the damage that's in there, the aging. It needs some help and some renovation, that is for sure. But also so much history. However, we were actually right upstairs. We went up a different door, and for us, it was a different world than the bed and breakfast. So this is the Americana suite. You walk in, nice little sitting area. The kitchen is through here. Got a little fridge, microwave, and a nice little counter area. And then just down the hall, you got a quick little turn into the restroom there. And this is the rest of the suite. Couch. Bed. It's this wonderful mix of old and new. Very pretty. And this is the Walt Disney suite. And you can see as you walk in a little sitting area there, and we'll come back to that in a minute. We're going to kind of turn down this way where dreams begin. And this is the sitting area. This is a really nice little suite. You can see that, and then you can see Walt Disney's railroad stories there. And then there's a few other little books here, including another copy of the railroad story hiding there, as well as Disneyland, the Nickel Tour. So some great, if you're a Disney fan, there's some great books here. And let's see the rest of the room. The TV, looking out on the Main Street. And for the age of the building, it's really, this part is in nice shape. This is one of the bedrooms here. You can see the closet area hiding there. Curtains. I'll try and give you a little light. Nice wicker stand-up mirror. Now there are the old heaters there, but there is actually central heat and air in this, which they have installed. You can see a vent hiding there, and you'll see the rest of the system as we come in here. This is the dining area, and that's our entrance. We just came in. A couple pictures on the wall, and then the other bedroom is down this direction. There is the bed. There's your other copy of the railroad story. And as I swing around here, you can see this is a closet. Bathroom is hiding right there. And then you've got your kitchenette with a full stove in here. And not a bad little kitchen, actually. Kind of a nice little apartment. Love the Mickey towel holder. And you can tell it's definitely an older building. But they've done a nice job getting these parts at least fixed up for people to be able to stay in and visit. When you get up in your room, you'll find one of these folders right here, probably sitting on your dining table in the room, although it could be in a couple other spots. And this is what they leave for every guest in the bed and breakfast. And as you come inside, you'll see that there's a very nice little welcome to Marceline. And it actually has a nice little map of the town, as well as a description of all the different attractions. They're pretty much figuring you're there for the Walt Disney experience, and so they've got all of those marked on the map, which is really nice. There is also a premium, there's a coffee shop right next door, and so you can actually order their coffee from the coffee shop. There is a nice little theater ticket from when they had the Great Locomotive Chase premiere, a nice little reproduction of that done as a bookmark. A little history of the actual museum and what it did and did not do, and what has taken place, and Walt and Roy's experience with it. There is also a little bit of a check-in at the Facebook counter, a menu from the coffee shop right next door, and what's also nice is there's a coupon in there for the coffee shop where you can go get 2 free coffees, which is a really nice little treat that my daughter in particular really liked. And then just a couple other little brochures that we picked up as well. I almost forgot, there's also one other treat that they give you. And it's hiding right behind the folder there. You actually get your own copy of one of the pictures, and that is actually Walt and Roy at the theater for one of the premieres that they did there. So a nice little take-home souvenir. You can see some of the other rooms that they're also working on renovating up here. There's some artwork that's upstairs and a couple old pictures. But these actually used to be residential apartments that were built into the theater itself. And there's a couple more that aren't open to the public as of yet, but you can peek in and get a look at some of the renovation work going on. They do hope to eventually get these opened up and be able to make them available to more people as well. Then we've got the rest of Main Street USA, as Marceline calls it. This is a look at the actual Main Street that was the inspiration for Walt's Main Street, at least as far as the atmosphere goes. The architecture is inspired by someplace else. And there's a great little restaurant here as well. They've got a couple nice little eateries here in Marceline. And this is the park. You see a little gazebo hiding there. Pavilion, and there is our train. So you can see the Santa Fe 2546 here in the Walt Disney Park. Nice old engine. It's in here where everybody can see it. Almost makes you wish you could hear it cruising along. Look at all that rivet work. Oh my goodness. This is the other side of the engine. Really nice little park here too. You've got a little snack pavilion here, stage over there, and then they've got this pretty little pond and bridge. And there's another much newer model Santa Fe engine sitting over there as well. Get you a better look at that. And then right across the street as well is the Carnegie Library. Yes, a real Andrew Carnegie Library. Closer look at the caboose that's out here in the park. I have to admit, I'm laughing. Somebody's just, I don't know if there's not connections here. Please stay off the locomotive with the stairs going up. Might want to move the stairs. So I don't think somebody's stairs went all the way up. Something else I find interesting, that people who don't ride in the locomotives probably would not think about things like this, but sanitary water would be kind of important if you're having to work and ride on this thing for long periods of time. And lift here. Okay, anybody know Hercules? This is actually really cool too. This is an original Andrew Carnegie museum. There's not very many of these around and not many left, but Marceline has one. Sadly, it was closed. Love to go inside, but sadly, thanks to coronavirus, it's closed. Curbside only. And then for tonight, right across from the park, this is the Hometown Museum. We've actually got a private tour set up there. It's only a few dollars more than the normal tour costs, and you basically get to have the building to yourself, guided tour, a little souvenir pin, discount. So very nice little deal. And to give you a position reckoning, there's the engine. And there's the park. So here's one thing that's actually really kind of neat that would be easy to miss in the park, that, to be completely honest with you, I almost completely missed. If you're a real Disney file, then you'll remember the Midget-Autopia, or at least you've heard stories about it. Well, they're actually working at trying to bring it back here. So you can actually read the sign here. It says at the bottom that Walt and Roy decided to donate Midget-Autopia to the city of Marceline. So they've got things here, parts of it, and they've actually made this a walking trail for it. So the layout you see before you was designed by Disney Imagineering. It's based off the original Disneyland footprint. New trail gives curious visitors a unique opportunity to once again walk a piece of Disney history. But you can kind of see right here, this is your Midget-Autopia walking trail, based on the original layout at Disneyland. That'd be kind of cool to have the actual cars here too, but just a neat little tidbit here in the park. And of course, brought here by several people who helped pay for it and sponsor it. So here's another little look. The ride itself was removed in 1977 due to maintenance concerns and aging. They just weren't able to take care of it. But this is actually the original dedication plaque from when they brought it here, which is really neat. And then again, you can take a look at the reconstructed walkway that was based on the ride. Neat, a little bit of Disney history. Let's see. So nice look at Walt's original Main Street. His inspiration. Now, a lot of the architecture that's actually in the parks was also inspired by a town in Colorado. But the character and flavor, yeah, this is Walt's memories here. Yeah, they're not proud of their heritage here at all. Even though the clock doesn't work. It's about 2 hours off. So this is almost kind of sad, because we made it to the past time for it. Yeah, not there anymore. Looks like it was a nice little cafe, but past its time and it's gone. Our next stop the next day was right outside of town, the Walt Disney Farm. And this is walking towards the Disney Farm. Nice, wet, rainy day. Craig just found a mud spot. And I guess the animals were a little hungry for fast food this morning. So this would be the actual farm here. As you walk up to the farmhouse, you'll see a lot of trees with little planter signs by them. And unfortunately, most of the signs are faded, but most of these trees were actually planted by Disney legends and people who worked with Walt. So just a really neat thing to be aware of as you walk up to the farmhouse. The farm is actually open to the public, although they ask you to stay away from the private residence that is here. But they've actually built a recreation of Walt's old train barn out here that is open to the public and free to come into at any time. And it's quite a neat experience, especially once you walk in the door. And you can see the area around the barn here is just absolutely beautiful. Love the little pond out there. But as you walk in the door, you realize that this barn's a little different. That there's writing all over the walls. Everywhere. Everywhere. Because people are autographing the walls and leaving their mark, and that they've come by and seen it. And just really kind of a neat thing. And there are literally oh my goodness. Yeah, literally thousands and thousands everywhere, covering every square inch of the barn practically. And even the things in the barn. This is almost crazy, all the autographs and signatures and everything. It literally covers everything but the glass in the windows. Even down to the wagon.
At least equal money that I fall trying to climb up that. But
Yeah, it's because there's people that have signed at the very peak of that. I was like, how did you get up there? Okay, I'm not that crazy. I mean, it's really neat seeing all the signatures up in the rafters. But boy, that would have been a deal. But don't worry if you forgot to bring a marker or a Sharpie with you. They actually had a couple sitting out on the barrel for us, which I very much appreciated. Trying to find a place. They're really nice. They left markers out here for us. but there's no place to sign. So we finally found one up here. So we had to move the bench, so hopefully I won't fall over. Don't move the benches, but, but we're going to get signed in up here. There we go. It's hard to write upside down. Gotta get the somewhere. What was that, the 11th?
10th. Yeah, September 10th.
Somebody can't count. 9, 10, 20.
There, and I put picture in front.
So if you ever make it out here, there we are. And yes, it's sloppy, but it's hard to write upside down like that. So if you wonder where we are, there's the double door, the hay or chicken coop, and we're up above the windows there. And Craig's right with sanitizer. That's a good point, actually. Thank you. So that is a look around Marceline, Walt's original hometown. The farm is there, so many other sites, and you can just feel the history of Walt. It's a great place to visit. I was so blessed to be able to go. Thank you so much to Craig for making it possible. I had an awesome and incredible time. And now if you ever get a chance to come to Marceline, you'll see what's waiting for you. Neat visit, really neat visit, and if you're a Walt Disney fan, absolutely worth it. Thank you so much for watching. I am in beautiful Marceline, Missouri, Walt Disney's hometown. This is the Uptown Theater behind me, which actually has a bread and breakfast. Yeah. And the other thing that's really nice is there's actually a coupon in there. Ginger, stop. My dog's going goofy.